Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. The Ojrsd Board of School Directors regular business meeting, Monday, February 27, 2012 at 7:31. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Post colors.
Forward, march. Over, march.
Please join us in a moment of silence as we reflect on those serving the United States Armed Forces, both past and present, the elected leaders of the state of Pennsylvania, and elected leaders of their nation. Also today, we would like to recognize the student victims from Ohio. We have much to be thankful for. Thank you. Please be seated. Item 3, executive sessions. There were several. Monday, February 6th, 2012 at 7:15 to discuss the superintendent search. Monday, February 13th, 2012 at 6 p.m. to discuss superintendent search and personnel matters. Wednesday, February 22nd, 2012 at 6 p.m. to discuss the superintendent search. Thursday, February 23rd, 2012 at 6 p.m. to discuss the superintendent search. Monday, February 27th, 2012 at 6 p.m. to discuss personnel matters. Item 4, Acting Superintendent's Report. Dr. Sawyer.
Good evening. I am going to turn things over to the principals because we have a number of student recognitions tonight, and they begin with Dr. Bell for our student education.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start by first recognizing Ms. Carrie Maton. She is our East Vincent Elementary ATP teacher. And the members of our 2 First League Lego competitors. We're very proud tonight to tell you that both of our teams advanced, you're going to like this tongue twister, to the first state First Lego League Champions event on January the 28th. We're very proud of their performance, and I thought I should give you a little background because of these teams being new, a lot of people don't realize everything the students do. We are proud of their work because they started months before the first competition. The students in this year had a theme of food factor. It specifically highlighted food safety. So in addition to designing, building, and programming the robots for a robot game, they also had to complete research on a food safety project. Our first team researched milk, and our second team researched eggs. As part of their research, they took a field trip to Cobb's Dairy, and there learned a lot about how milk and eggs are processed. This research helped them to identify problems, and these problems were looked at in the food industry, and then at that point, their task was to create solutions to solve these problems. So the participants were excited to learn not only how to make their robot, but to program it so they could solve the missions related to the food factor theme. So at this time, to introduce our students, I would first like to tell you that we're going to have them come up to the front, and we're going to have them turn and face as I call your names so your parents can see you. Our first team is the Hardware Hijackers, and they include 4th graders Sean Zuby and Will Blackledge. Our 5th graders are Emily Evans, Ben Benza, and Robin Malum. And our sixth graders are Megan Kirkbride and Jonathan Erdivy. We'd like to congratulate each of these students for an excellent performance this year. Now joining our first team, we'd like our second team, and this team is named the Alpha Brainiac Builders Team. They consist of Alicia Srinivasan and Connor Booth. Our fifth graders are Kyle Walda and Ben Colt. And our sixth graders are George Cullen, Casey Messinger, and Lauren Bandy. We would also like to pay a special tribute to this group because they had a special achievement on January the 28th in this competition. They received the first place award for what is called gracious professionalism. That's a new term to me. I like this. Gracious professionalism is described as a team whose members show each other and other teams respect at all times. They recognize that both friendly competition and mutual gain are possible, both on and off of the playing field. So at this time, I'd like to recognize our second team. Congratulations. And I would also like to take a moment to thank all of our parents, because none of this could happen without the support of our parents, picking the students up, taking all of the materials by cars, vans, trucks, whatever it took, to the different competitions, and we do appreciate your help and support. So for all of you at East Vincent, we could not be more proud of this group of students, both for their character traits and for the work ethic that they have shown everyone. Thank you. This time I'd like to give the microphone to Dr. Saladino for middle school recognition.
Good evening, school board members, Dr. Soder, ladies and gentlemen in the audience. It's my pleasure tonight to have an opportunity to recognize several of our students for some of their accomplishments. The first group are those students that are musically talented and are excelling in that area. And to present those honors this evening, it's my pleasure to present to you Mr. Jason Hess, who is the middle school band director. Mr. Hess.
Good evening. I'm just going to call their names up as I see them here, and hopefully they won't be shy. Oh, never mind, he's always prepared. I know it's right here. First, a little bit about these students. They participated in the Intercounty Concert Band program. This is for the top musicians in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade from 11 now local junior highs and middle schools. The students that are in the concert band portion are chosen by myself and the other band directors from those schools. And then we have some other students that also were accepted into the Intercounty Jazz Band. This is the elite group of the elite group, and this is an audition group. So they had to beat out many other students from other schools in order to be accepted into this program. So when I call your name, please come up here to the front. I don't think Kenzie Brody is here. Did I see Kenzie? Okay, Kenzie played clarinet in the concert band and piano in the jazz band. 8th grader, Mr. Jack Berger, come on up. He played trumpet in the concert band. Lindsay Cathcart played alto saxophone in the concert band and also received first chair alto saxophone in the audition jazz band group. Adam Santani played clarinet. He's a man of many talents. He played clarinet in the concert band and played drums in the jazz band. Nicolette Cornell, also multi-talented. She played clarinet in the concert band and vibes in the jazz band. Emily Deal played bass clarinet in the concert band. Mr. Nick Fica, trombone in both the concert band and the jazz band. Bridget Horning, she played tenor sax in both groups, the concert band and the audition group, the jazz band. Sterling Kovash, I don't believe I saw him tonight, he played baritone. Erica Meyer, she's back there somewhere, there she is. Erica Meyer played clarinet in the concert band. The next student earned a very special distinction. Her name is Natalie Rouge. She played flute, and in the concert band, the top musicians in each section auditioned for a chair. Natalie was honored to be chosen as the first chair flute player in the entire ensemble. And on guitar in the jazz band, and on one of the tunes in the concert band, Mr. Patrick Shaw. Thank you, Dr. Stowe. On bari sax for the concert band, Mr. Andrew Wynn. And last but definitely not least, I don't see him here right now, but on French horn in the concert band was Mr. Matthew Woodward. And again, these students, most of them were chosen by me for the district concert band, but please just for the crowd, raise your hand if you were in the Intercounty Jazz Band. These students auditioned for that group. Put that hand up, Nicholas. I see you. There you go. Okay. And just one more thing about this group. It's kind of the precursor to when they get to high school. Many of you have heard about the district band program. These students right here, no pressure guys, but these students are the next generation of district band, region band, state band participants. So I wish them the best of luck as they participate in those groups in the future. Thank you.
I also have the distinction of recognizing our next student. I'd like to invite up to the front Miss Katie Prophet. Katie, come on and join me up here. Katie is one of our 8th grade students at the middle school, and Katie, in the beginning of February, was crowned the champion of the middle school of our spelling bee. And Katie competed with about 20 or so other students to earn that distinction, and she went on to represent the middle school at the Chester County Spelling Bee that occurred just a few weeks ago. And so we thought we would take a moment to show you what happened when Katie went to the Chester County Spelling Bee, where she was now competing with 50 other of the top spellers from across the county at the middle school level. So here's what happened when Katie went to the spelling bee.
R-E-P-A-R-A-T-I-O-N-S. Katie Prophet.
Ebola.
Ebola. Can I have this for word?
This is from a Congo geographical name.
I have the word. I have that.
Any of several vital viruses of
We're actually going to fast forward a little bit. We have not quite a clip. So we won't tell you what happened.
R-I-U-M.
congratulations!
Mr. Galley, let's go back a couple of seconds.
Lenitive.
So Katie is now one of 3 spellers that was left at this point. And I can just tell you it was kind of cool. We were able to watch this live streaming on the day that it occurred.
Or, this word is from Latin.
Can I have that?
It means waiting period set by some authority, a delay officially required or granted. Moratorium.
Can I have each of them?
Several senators spoke in favor of issuing issuing a moratorium on capital punishment.
Can I have this first speech?
This is now.
Moratorium. Moratorium. M-O-R-A-T-O-R-I-U-M. Moratorium.
Congratulations! Well done.
And so Katie took the championship of the Chester County competition. She made us very, very proud. I know that her parents were very proud of her that day. And now Katie has earned the distinction of being able to move on, and she will compete in the National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C., representing the Ojrsd Middle School, representing Chester County, and we could not be any more proud or excited. So congratulations, Katie. This was being streamed live over the internet as the competition was occurring. And so we were able to watch Katie compete. And as it got later on into the spelling bee, and Katie was doing well and other spellers were being knocked out, around the school there were classrooms where we actually had this on and we were watching the spelling bee. So we were able to see Katie win the spelling bee. Now I have to admit, I had gone into a classroom and was doing an observation, and so I needed to tune out for the last couple of minutes, but as soon as Katie won, the emails just started flying in. She won, she won. So we were very, very excited. So we wish you the best of luck, Katie, in Washington at the end of May.
Right, thank you.
At this time, I'm going to pass the microphone along to Dr. Marchini.
I'd like to introduce Mrs. McIntyre to tell us about the accomplishments of our high school choir.
Thank you, Dr. Martini, and good evening, school board members and community. I'm very pleased tonight to announce all of the candidates that made District 12 choir. District 12 choir is consisted of all of the schools in Chester County, all of the schools in Delaware County, and parts of Philadelphia County. So it's every public, private, and parochial school. When they go to school that day, it's at a host school. There are literally hundreds of kids there. And they go into a room, and they have to sing a blind audition in front of 3 audition judges. They don't know what they're going to be asked to sing. There's a host of songs they have to prepare and know. 2 of our school songs for region choir were in German. So they don't know what they're going to be asked, but they have to know everything. So it's a tremendous amount of music to learn, and they're all by themselves, a cappella, no piano, and kind of under the gun a little bit. I'm really pleased to say that our youngest member of the district choir is Rachel Blonker, who's happened to be with us tonight. Our other students are all in musical practice this evening. Mine is Meg O'Connor. She's a swimmer, and I believe she's at a practice tonight. And they have a big championship. They all have blue hair in the back, and the boys shake their head. So she's probably at swimming rehearsal. And all of the other students I have, Taylor Helmer, Sarah Antosia, Zach Matarazzo, Megan Sutter, help me. Sorry. Busy Taylor, and Catherine Budd, there we go. Sarah Antosia, Zach Matarazzo, Meg O'Connor, Megan Sutter, and of course Rachel. So they're all at rehearsal this evening. They did ask me to thank you very much for their recognition. I said I would bring them their certificates, and we have much, much work to do for guys and dolls. So then we have March 8th through the 10th is the Region 6 Choir Festival, and those who place at that competition will participate in all-state chorus. So I'm really excited, wishing the best for Rachel, because I don't think a sophomore's ever done it. So just a little nudge of encouragement. So thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Also, congratulations to the following students who were selected to participate in the Pennsylvania All-State Band, which will be held April Appeals, 18th to 21st at the Lancaster Convention Center. If any of these students are here, they come forward. Amanda Ficca, Kristen Giannotti, Eddie Meyer, and Hallie Strickler. Also, congratulations to Amanda Ficca, who qualified to participate in the PMA Region Orchestra, which will be held March 22nd, 24th, 2012 at the Penn Ridge High School. Congratulations, everyone. Just to continue on the agenda, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the invitation we received from the University of Pennsylvania School of Law. As you're aware, Ojrsd Roberts was a Supreme Court Justice. He attended the University of Pennsylvania Law School, and after serving with the Supreme Court Justice and he retired, he became the dean at the Law School at Penn. When he passed away, in memory of him, they started the annual Ojrsd Roberts lecture at the University of Pennsylvania Law School. This year marked the 50th anniversary of that memorial lecture each year. In preparation for that, the law school contacted the high school and asked if we had any artifacts that they might be able to photograph, use as part of their presentation for this event. So staff came up and they met with our volunteer from our archives room, Karen Anke. Karen was unable to attend tonight, but she is an aide at West Vincent, and she volunteers cataloging, collecting, and displaying the artifacts in our archives room. If you look at the pamphlets that Dr. Soder, I think, is passing around, in the back, there's a number of pictures that came from our archives room that Karen was able to allow them to photograph, and also a video was made. We were then invited to the lecture at the University of Pennsylvania Law School. So Karen, myself, and Joanne Recton attended the lecture. In the front of the pamphlet is the speaker, who was actually a runner-up for Prime Minister of Canada, I believe. In very, very impressive speech at the law school. They made a video for the event, and I asked Richard to stream that. If you want to take a second and watch the video from the Pennsylvania Law School.
I remember him being an inspiration, and I remember him looking the very essence of a judge. He was a very handsome, impressive man. I should have him the dean when I was a student.
I thought it was appropriate for the Order of the Court Chapter University to sponsor a lecture series, and that would give us a reason for being. I was president at the time, and Norma Chaparro and Dolores Soliker and Tom O'Neill were members of the committee, and we planned to have a lecture show. And we went to the dean and got the blessings of the university.
It was a good thing for us to have the Roberts lecture. The first one, if I remember correctly, was Justice Frankfurter. It was in a hotel downtown, I think. It was really crowded.
We decided that the first lecture should also pay tribute to Dean Roberts, and Felix Frankfurter was a friend of his. He was willing to come. He spoke on a very interesting subject.
Justice Frankfurter was the natural choice, whose subject was his prior judicial experience necessary for appointment to the Supreme Court.
It was something that was worthwhile to keep because they were academic but interesting and worthwhile.
We wanted one prestigious lecture devoted to a matter of public interest, and that it would be attended not only by students at the law school, but by
lawyers and judges from town, and the lay public as well. And it was very successful in that regard for quite some time. And we thought it would be prestigious if we're named for